Welcome to Wood Arena, where we take you on a complete journey through the world of wood, from the quiet forest floor to the bustling production lines of modern sawmills. Today's compilation brings together some of the most fascinating forestry and wood processing moments from the Mendes Maquinas channel. Our goal is to give you not just impressive machine footage, but a fuller understanding of how wood moves through its entire life cycle. You'll see the harvest, the transport, the cutting, and the factory-level production that supports industries across the United States and beyond. Let's begin this journey through timber's transformation. Our journey first takes us from the outskirts of Sydney toward the lush Dandenong Ranges, a region known for its towering eucalyptus forests and long tradition of timber harvesting. Here, crews work carefully among the steep terrain, selecting mature trees and preparing them for the long trip to processing facilities. This segment sets the stage for understanding how forestry works across the world, the balance between responsible harvesting and maintaining forest health. The machinery moves steadily through tight spaces, lifting, trimming, and stacking logs with impressive precision. Whether in Australia, Europe, or the United States, the same principles guide the harvest: efficiency, sustainability, and respect for the forest environment. Now we shift briefly to Upper Austria, where dense forests of spruce and fir create a rich landscape for professional logging operations. European forestry focuses heavily on selective harvesting and long-term forest management. Operators work with remarkable accuracy, using equipment designed for stability on uneven ground. Watching these teams at work gives us insight into how international techniques influence the equipment and methods used here in America. The combination of tradition and technology ensures these forests continue to provide high-quality logs for sawmills while protecting the ecosystem. This segment builds a foundation for understanding the machines we're about to see in action. Here we arrive at one of the most impressive machines in modern forestry, the HSM 904, a powerful European forwarder designed to navigate challenging terrain while transporting heavy logs with ease. In this segment, we see it working deep within the forest, collecting timber that has already been felled and prepared. The machine's giant grapple arms swing smoothly, lifting multi-ton logs as if they were matchsticks. For viewers familiar with traditional American logging, the HSM 904 represents a step forward in efficiency. Unlike older equipment that relied on manual loading or cable pulling, this machine streamlines every stage of extraction. The operator sits comfortably inside a climate-controlled cab, surrounded by digital controls, hydraulic instruments, and sensors that make the job safer and more precise. As the machine moves through tight spaces between standing trees, you can see how its articulated frame allows it to bend and adjust to uneven ground. This not only protects the remaining forest, but reduces soil disturbance, an important part of sustainable forestry. Each log is stacked neatly onto the forwarder's bunk, forming an organized load that can be transported to roadside collection points. From there, trucks will take the timber to processing facilities, where the real transformation begins. This portion of the video highlights the often unseen middle step of wood production, the movement of logs from their stump to the mill. It's the part of the process that demands the most coordination, as machines like the HSM 904 must work efficiently but also responsibly. For older viewers who grew up around forestry towns or small sawmills, this segment brings a sense of evolution. A look at how far the industry has advanced while continuing to provide the materials we rely on every day: lumber for homes, timber for furniture, and wood fiber for countless products. In this brief segment labeled 273, we see the final moments of timber extraction before the logs leave the forest. Trucks back into narrow forest roads, and loaders position the logs with speed and accuracy. It's a reminder that even with modern machines, skilled operators remain at the heart of the industry. They know how to judge weight, balance loads, and secure timber safely for long transport routes. This stage bridges the forest and the highway, the moment when raw material officially begins its journey toward the sawmill, where it will be processed into usable wood products. Now we arrive at the sawmill, where the RTD-12H unloading truck takes center stage. For many mills, this type of hydraulic tilt bed truck is the workhorse of the yard. As it backs into position, you'll notice how the entire trailer begins to lift slowly, raising the logs until gravity takes over. In seconds, tons of timber slide off in a controlled wave, landing perfectly on the receiving deck. This unloading method saves enormous amounts of time. Older mills relied on cranes or cable systems to unload each bundle manually. Today, with machines like the RTD-12H, a single driver can empty a full truck in under a minute, keeping the production line supplied without interruption. Once unloaded, the logs roll toward the debarking station. Here, they'll be cleaned of their bark before entering the primary breakdown saw. Sawmills depend heavily on steady, efficient log flow, and the unloading process is critical to maintaining that rhythm. As you watch the timber slide off the truck, imagine the scale of daily operations at large mills across the United States. Many facilities process hundreds of truckloads each week, turning raw logs into board lumber, beams, chips, and biomass fuel. This segment marks the beginning of that industrial transformation. For older viewers, this step may bring back memories of mill yards from decades past, the smell of fresh timber, the rumble of trucks, and the constant motion of heavy equipment. Yet today's operations are safer, cleaner, and far more productive thanks to innovations like the RTD12H. Our next stop inside the mill brings us to the MEBOR HTZ 1200 Plus, a high-capacity horizontal bandsaw designed for cutting large softwood logs with incredible precision. This machine is the backbone of many European and South American sawmills, and its technology is increasingly seen in North America as well. As the log enters the cutting chamber, powerful clamps lock it into place. The long, horizontal blade glides forward, slicing through softwood smoothly and quietly. Unlike circular saws that remove more material, bandsaws are valued for their thin kerf, meaning more usable lumber from every log. The operator adjusts the cutting pattern using a digital control panel. Whether the goal is wide planks, beams, or dimensional lumber, the MEBOR handles the job with accuracy down to the millimeter. The system's sensors monitor blade tension, speed, and feed pressure, making the cut efficient and reducing waste. Boards slide onto the outfeed conveyor, where they will be further trimmed, sorted, and dried. This segment highlights the transition from raw timber to finished product, the first moment when logs become recognizable pieces of lumber ready for construction, carpentry, or industry use. The HSM 904 appears again briefly, reminding us of the vital link between forest and mill. Without reliable harvesting and forwarding equipment, even the most advanced sawmill would sit idle. This return clip reinforces the continuous loop of production. Trees harvested responsibly, transported efficiently, and then transformed at the factory. It's a cycle repeated thousands of times across the world each day, sustaining industries that build homes, supply hardware stores, and support communities. Logging and milling rely on one another, and this short segment connects the start of the process to the end. Next, we visit a different part of the wood industry, firewood processing. The circular saw featured here is a robust machine designed to cut logs into smaller pieces for heating fuel. While simple compared to large industrial sawmill equipment, these firewood processors are essential for rural communities and small-scale timber operations. The saw's powerful spinning blade cuts through logs rapidly, producing evenly sized firewood pieces. The operator feeds the machine with care, ensuring each cut is clean and safe. Many American households, especially in colder northern states, still rely on wood as a cost-effective heating source. Firewood production remains an important companion industry to commercial lumber. This segment reminds us that not all wood ends up as construction lumber. Some becomes pellets, chips, biomass, or, as we see here, classic firewood that warms homes through long winters. Small machines like this support local economies and make use of sections of the log that mills might not require. We now move to Morbark's 2018 Demo Days, an event showcasing some of the most powerful wood processing machines in the United States. Morbark is a major name in chippers, grinders, and industrial shredders used in land clearing, recycling, and biomass production. During the demo, massive wood chippers devour logs and branches at incredible speed. Grinders turn tree waste into fine mulch, while stackers neatly organize piles for transport. These machines represent the next stage of wood's journey, converting leftover material into usable byproducts such as mulch for landscaping, chips for paper mills, and fuel for biomass plants. For older viewers familiar with traditional land clearing practices, today's Morbark equipment is a remarkable leap forward. Tasks that once required dozens of workers with chainsaws are now performed by a single operator inside a comfortable cab. This efficiency reduces costs, increases safety, and allows forestry operations to make full use of every part of the tree. And so we reach the end of our journey, from the forest floor to the mill yard, from massive logs to finished lumber and useful byproducts. We hope today's video has given you a deeper appreciation of the machines and people who keep the wood industry moving. Thank you for joining us at Wood Arena. If you enjoyed this look into the world of forestry and wood production, feel free to subscribe and stay with us for the next adventure.